A subscriber sent me $100 and said,
just have some beers or whatever with it.
I'm not used to strangers giving me money.
Alright, Tony, you set me a challenge.
and as every Australian knows, the best challenges start at Bunnings.
Look, it's not my fault you're on a cone of shame, okay? It's not. So for today, you're gonna have to wait in the car. Oh, that's right. Back in the wood section of Bunnings. Probably should make this out of something else, but we're gonna go with wood. Well, if we don't have a set of riffles, and that is gonna work way better. Get screwed. I could definitely make this cheaper. But we're not gonna talk about that right now. Instead, we're just gonna go home. So what am I doing? The Mega Sluice has only had 2 runs.
And by all accounts, they were very successful runs, netting me a whole bunch of, well, not a whole bunch of gold, but at least some gold, right? Like, a little.
But I can't get it to where I need it to go because the water in the creeks are still too high. But do you know what can go anywhere? High bankers.
High bankers are great. You can jam them pretty much anywhere as long as you're willing to do the work.
But do you know what I hate about high bankers? Is that it comes along with all this crap. Hoses, pumps, fuel cans, extra large buckets and other bullshit. And then I saw my friends in Indonesia and they gave me an idea. I've sealed everything with the vinyl, but I just want to put a thin layer of paint on the edges to double seal it so that I get like more than half a run out of this. Start channeling Banksy. That's pretty cool, but the only other color I have is yellow, so...
If we could all just ignore my lack of tools and sick carpentry skills for a second, I think you might all find that this is well, it's an okay idea, I guess.
Well, there we have it, version 1, really big, designed for stream sluicing. Version 2 we're going to do something a little bit different with. You see, in Indonesia, all they do is stick this thing on the bank with the right angle, pile dirt up on the top, tip water down it, and collect gold. So here's the thing, for the last several thousand years, gold has been extracted from the soil just like this, in exactly the same way. Gravity. Gold is 19 times heavier than water, and roughly 4 or 5 times heavier than most of the rock in the soil. So if you give that gold some flowing water as a medium to be transported in, stratification happens. All the gold sinks to the bottom and all the lights go to the top. And for all of our fancy technology, that hasn't changed ever since then. Other than building this setup should be pretty easy. Done. I got my sluice box set up on quite a bit of an angle.
Quite a bit might be an understatement. This is a very extreme angle. Normally it's 6 to 8 degrees, but this is many more degrees than that.
Because I'm going to be using small amounts of water from a bucket to get the dirt moving down that run. I'm standing here thinking I should just actually test whether or not this is going to work. So we got dirt. Thinking a tarp here that I can stack the dirt up on would work good, but that's a future improvement. Today's testing. And water. Well, that'll work. I've already got a classifier pre-built at home that I'm going to bring out to screen dirt down for this. But with an hour of daylight left, that is going to work well. Believe it or not, I would actually like to get some gold today as opposed to the black sand that I normally get, so we shall do a test pan. This is a floodplain and all of these tree roots act like riffles. And so usually you find some okay gold behind them, and we've just had a recent flood, so hopefully it's a little bit restocked. We're looking for big bucks, but I'd like, 5 to 10 flakes would be good. Oh yeah, we've got that. Oh, we've got that easy, look. Look at all the little flakes. Yeah.
You want to see how fast I am? Still not as fast as a teenage boy on his first date, but you get that.
All right, let's see how light you are. As with any gold mining, technique improves over time. Wrong bucket. Definitely think if we pour from this side, it might work better. Yeah. Yeah, a lot better. I processed one 10-litre bucket in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. A little bit of maths because I know you love it. One of these pans here I can fit 3 of these in one of those buckets. And it takes me approximately 3 minutes to completely pan down one of these pans to nothing but concentrates. So I can get 3 times the amount of dirt processed with this. And I've already got my first piece of gold. You don't need to join gyms when you're a gold prospector, because you get all your squats and dips and lunges and all that crap carrying gold around. Yeah, definitely bringing that classifier out, eh?
It's a misconception that most of your gold is lost during the sluicing phase. Most sluice boxes will be 95% efficient, if not more, straight out of the box. It's actually all lost in your pre-wash. You see, the one thing that high bankers offer over river sluices is the ability to adequately clean rocks and break up clay balls. And if those rocks aren't clean and those clay balls aren't broken up, it means that gold is travelled across your sluice box without ever reaching the mat. And therefore classifying the material when it comes to river sluicing alleviates that issue that spray bars would normally take care of for you.
A classifier is definitely going to help, because once I get rid of these rocks, and I've got a system that will do it very easily, I'll get away with using less water than this. Because at the moment it's taking me 3 buckets to clear, and I reckon I'll be able to do it in 2. Now I was experimenting today. I put the angle aluminium in the triangle point. I can flip it up so it's an L, and I think I'll do that because it's going to slow this water down even more. And probably work just like a rocker box, which is what I want. Massive thank you and shout out to all the patrons who have been supporting my channel for the longest of times, because you guys are directly responsible for being able to fund this little project. This month we're giving away a Garrett panning kit, and it costs just $2 a month with no long-term commitments to sign up. If you're interested in it, links are in the description.
Or if you're interested in buying a panning kit, I've left a link down below which I get a direct little kickback from if you are interested in purchasing your own.
I've been using these same olive buckets that we got from a recycling center for the last 5 years, and a disaster has befallen them. Oh my god, what have I got to do? Adapt, improvise, and just use your muscles, I guess. No shadow of a doubt in my mind, if I have a tarp set up here that I can pile my pay dirt onto, and I can simply ring that tarp with rocks, so we have like a bowl here, pouring the water into a bowl that feeds onto this will work better. But for now, lordy, we have a whole bunch of black sand in here. I've done 3 buckets in 12 minutes. Golds, right at the start.
Look, some people like gold prospecting because it makes them a lot of money. Some people like gold prospecting because they think it makes them look cool. I just like gold prospecting because I enjoy eating dirt, and it's a great way to get away with it. But seriously, I think way too many gold prospectors take themselves way too seriously. You're going to lose gold, but it's free from the ground. And why are we wasting our time worrying about losing 2 or 3 specks a pan when you're gaining 400 specks a pan in a good spot? Okay, well maybe not 400 specks a pan, but at least 20, right?
How's this for a nice big hunky chunk of tourmaline? Bam! That was just sitting on the sluice. Get in the pink bucket. Whilst there are improvements to be made, that's working surprisingly quick and well. I've done 60 litres of pay dirt in 30 minutes. It's always easier to bring dirt to water than water to dirt. So if you're on a flat section of river, you can just set this up on a riverbank, go and get your pay dirt from wherever it is, stack it up next to this, and do a big run at the end of the day. But I know, everyone's going to be like, why don't you just use a high banker? I'll be like, yo, because it's clinical and boring. This is way more fun. Now in theory, this should be very simple. We just pop out the wedges, put them in our bucket, remove our tensioners, put them in the bucket. Our riffles just pop straight up, and then we should be able to just pull them out. It's almost like I built it to work or something. This mat fits in a bucket. Well, at least it fits in a bucket a lot better than the Mega Sluice mat, that's for sure.
And yes, I saw everyone's comment about using the blue wheelbarrow that was directly behind me in the last Mega Sluice video to do my clean out in. I am a complete klutz and had no idea that was behind me.
Hopefully we got an okay showing of gold. That spot's been pillaged, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. 6 buckets, really average pay dirt, maybe a 0.1.
0.1 be damned, I want to see fistfuls of gold, Vo-Gus. Fistfuls! Well, glad to disappoint you, because if you're here for big gold, you ain't going to get it.
Oh yeah, we got gold in the corner there. This is exactly what I was talking about too. If the gold reaches the mat, most matting and most sluice boxes will catch it. It's really the classification system, and I've got a couple of ideas for that. I reckon we'll see some okay gold. I don't think it'll be great, but it'll be okay. We've got some really nice coarse black sand over here. That is a great indicator. I can see some gold mixed in with the black sand already. Big nice flake there. Oh, we actually got a shotgun pellet. Hey, we've been prospecting. Yeah. Oh, we've got a nice big flake coming out over here that just refuses to sink. The tin on Reedy Creek is very thick. Oh, we've got another really big flake there, actually. It's proving super difficult to remove these tiny little flat flakes of gold away from the cassiterite, which is tin ore. It creates a lot of friction. But nonetheless, I've managed to separate some of the gold. You can see bits of gold all through the black sand here. And look at that. And that's what I'm talking about. Gold will get caught as soon as it touches something that stops it.
No shit, Sherlock. At any rate, see you on the next one.